Welcome back to the sanctuary of the untold, anything you want. In the glittering, chaotic, and often merciless theater of the Turkish entertainment industry, we are accustomed to watching love stories burn bright and fade fast. We have seen the passionate beginnings, the tumultuous middles, and the cold, silent endings. But every once in a rare while, a narrative emerges that defies the standard script of celebrity breakups. It is a story where the silence is not an ending, but a pause. Where the distance is not a chasm, but a bridge waiting to be rebuilt. Today, we are turning our investigative lens toward the couple that has defined a generation of television, Afra Sarıkoglu and Mert Ramazan Demir. For months, the air around them has been thick with the smog of separation rumors. The lack of shared frames, the digital silence, the palpable distance between two souls who once seemed indivisible, it all pointed toward a tragic conclusion. But just when the world was ready to write the obituary for this romance, a new player entered the game. Or rather, players. We are not talking about managers, PR agents, or mutual friends. We are talking about the oldest and most powerful force in Turkish culture, the family. Specifically, the mothers. Reports reaching our desk describe a secret summit, a diplomatic mission of the heart, where the mothers of these two stars stepped out of the shadows to save their children from the abyss of a misunderstanding. This is not just gossip, it is a saga of intervention, exhaustion, and the stubborn belief that true love deserves a second chance. Before we open the doors to that private meeting and analyze the fragile hope blooming behind the scenes, I must ask for your unwavering alliance. To ensure that our independent, in-depth storytelling continues to thrive, please verify that you are subscribed to Anything You Want. And for those among you who wish to be the true patrons of this channel, the guardians of detailed celebrity analysis, I invite you to click the join button below. Your support is the gravity that holds this universe together. Now, settle in. We are about to explore the moment the families decided that this story was not allowed to end. To understand the magnitude of the current intervention, we must first dissect the anatomy of the crisis that precipitated it. Afra Sarıkoglu and Mert Ramazan Demir are not merely actors, they are the architects of a cultural phenomenon. Their on-screen chemistry in Yalı Kapkini was so visceral that it bled into reality, creating a fanbase that could no longer distinguish between the characters and the humans. However, in recent months, that vibrant connection appeared to atrophy. The spotlight, once their playground, became their prison. The couple, previously inseparable in the public eye, drifted into separate orbits. The lack of public appearances became a glaring void. The social media interactions, the likes, the comments, the shared stories that fans use as a barometer for affection, ceased entirely. This digital silence was not merely a break from the internet, it was interpreted as a break from each other. The fans, those vigilant sentinels of romance, noticed every missed opportunity, every cold shoulder. The absence of a clear statement from either party only fueled the fire, allowing rumors of a definitive breakup to take root and flourish in the garden of uncertainty. It seemed that the pressure of the industry, the relentless scrutiny, and the exhaustion of maintaining a high-profile relationship had finally taken their toll. The distance was physical, emotional, and seemingly insurmountable. But in the darkest hour of the relationship, a lifeline was thrown from an unexpected quarter. According to the latest and most credible rumors circulating in the rarefied air of Istanbul's celebrity circles, the uncertainty that had paralyzed the couple finally prompted their families to take decisive action. The narrative suggests that the elders, watching from the sidelines, refused to let the relationship die a death of apathy and exhaustion. It is claimed that Mert Ramazan Demir's mother, acting with the quiet authority of a matriarch, initiated a private meeting with Afra Sarıkoglu's mother. This was not a casual coffee catch-up, it was a strategic intervention. Reportedly held with the utmost discretion to avoid the prying eyes of the paparazzi, this meeting aimed to bridge the widening gap between the two actors. The mothers, who have witnessed the relationship from its inception, reportedly hold a firm belief: the problems plaguing Afra and Mert are temporary. They view the current crisis not as a lack of love, but as a symptom of circumstance. According to Inside Information, the mothers sat down to talk things through and clarify feelings, stepping into the void left by their children's silence. They argued that the intense, crushing work schedules and the relentless media pressure had clouded the judgment of the young couple, leading them to make poor decisions based on fatigue rather than fact. They assumed the role of mediators, determined to untangle the knots of misunderstanding before they hardened into permanent resentment. The details of this alleged meeting paint a picture of profound sincerity and emotional intelligence. Rumors suggest that the atmosphere was not one of accusation or blame, but of constructive problem-solving. Both sides reportedly prioritized the happiness of the young actors above all else, agreeing that the disagreements driving them apart were trivial in the face of the bond they share. The elders are said to be convinced of the couple's true love. In an industry where relationships are often transactional or fleeting, the mothers reportedly see something substantial in the connection between Afra and Mert, something worth fighting for. Their advice, distilled from years of life experience, was simple yet profound: listen to each other and do not make hasty decisions. They recognized that Afra Sarıkoglu has been pushed to the brink of emotional and physical exhaustion by her grueling filming schedule and the recent increase in her workload. Simultaneously, they understood that Mert Ramazan Demir's reaction, to withdraw into a shell of silence, was a defense mechanism, not a rejection. By identifying these root causes, exhaustion and withdrawal, the mothers sought to treat the disease rather than just the symptoms. They preferred a constructive approach, refusing to take sides in a petty war, choosing instead to be the architects of peace. We are looking at a very traditional, yet deeply touching dynamic here: the family as the keeper of the relationship. I want to turn the floor over to you, the Anything You Want community. Do you believe that parents should intervene in their children's relationships when things get tough, or should they stay out of it completely? Is this a sign of support or overstepping? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, hitting the like button helps us continue to bring you these exclusive deep dives. For those who want to support our detailed storytelling directly, the join button awaits. The impact of this matriarchal diplomacy appears to be yielding fruit. Rumors circulating in the gossip columns suggest that, following this encounter between the families, the ice has begun to thaw. It is claimed that Afra and Mert have resumed speaking, tentatively, quietly, but speaking nonetheless. The wall of silence has developed a crack, allowing the light of communication to filter back in. The narrative of a slow mending is gaining traction. This is not a dramatic, overnight reconciliation with fireworks and public declarations. It is a gradual realignment of two planets that had drifted out of orbit. Furthermore, the couple's support system extends beyond the family. Mutual friends, those who have witnessed the highs and lows of their journey, are also said to be supporting this reconciliation process. It is claimed that close friends are orchestrating natural encounters, making plans to bring them together in the same social environments without the pressure of a formal date. The goal is to re-establish a natural connection, to remind them of the friendship that underpins their romance. All these events suggest that the breakup rumors, while based on a real period of distance, were premature. The relationship, it seems, still has a pulse. Interestingly, the behavior of the actors themselves seems to corroborate this theory of a fragile recovery. Afra Sarıkoglu's recent social media presence has undergone a shift. Her posts are quieter, more introspective, and less frequent. Mert Ramazan Demir, meanwhile, has become a master of evasion, skillfully avoiding any questions regarding his private life. While some might interpret this as a continuation of the crisis, savvy observers see it as a deliberate strategy. It is interpreted as a desire to keep the situation sensitive, to protect the budding reconciliation from the harsh glare of the public eye. If they are indeed talking again, if they are indeed trying to find their way back to each other, the last thing they need is the noise of the internet dissecting their every move. They are choosing to keep the process controlled and peaceful, away from the court of public opinion. Afra has reportedly told her inner circle that she is emotionally exhausted but does not want to burn bridges. She is hitting the pause button, not the stop button. Mert, similarly, is focusing on his work to clear his mind, viewing this period as a temporary separation rather than a final goodbye. They are buying themselves time to heal, time to miss each other, and time to remember why they fell in love in the first place. Despite the lack of an official statement, or perhaps because of it, the excitement among the fanbase is palpable. The rumor of family intervention has acted as a beacon of hope. Following the rapid spread of the news, thousands of comments flooded social media. Is a reconciliation imminent? If the families support it, there is hope. The fans, who have invested so much emotional energy into seeing their on-screen chemistry mirrored in real life, consider the involvement of the mothers to be the ultimate positive sign. However, in the world of celebrity gossip, this current stillness is often interpreted as the calm before the storm. All eyes are now fixed on the horizon, waiting for a signal. A small gesture on social media, a like, a comment, or a shared location could bolster the reconciliation claims instantly. Another detail circulating in the press is that the mothers' meetings were not a one-time event. It is claimed that they continue to communicate by phone, monitoring the process like guardian angels. The general consensus is shifting. The narrative has moved from it's over to it's complicated, but hopeful. The possibility that Afra and Mert will be seen together in the coming days, at a mutual friend's birthday, a casual dinner, or an industry event, is high. Such a sighting would cause a seismic shift in the gossip press. But for now, they wait. They wait for the exhaustion to fade, for the words to come back, and for the bridge their mothers built to be strong enough to hold them. And so, the story of Afra Sarıkoglu and Mert Ramazan Demir proves once again that in Turkey, love is never just a matter of two people. It is a tapestry woven with the threads of family, tradition, and the enduring hope that what is broken can be fixed. The families have stepped in, the friends are rallying, and the silence is slowly being filled with whispers of a return. We will continue to watch the shadows, waiting for the moment they step back into the light together. Thank you for exploring this delicate chapter with us on Anything You Want. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the hidden mechanics of celebrity relationships, please leave a comment. Do you think they will announce their reconciliation soon? Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an update on the golden couple. And to our Join members, thank you for making this channel possible. Until next time, remember that sometimes, the strongest love stories are the ones that have to survive the dark. Goodbye.